Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Social distancing is making a difference in the fight against COVID-19 in this country. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau thanked Canadians today for the sacrifices they're making, but he said it's no time to get complacent. Here's why. As of right now, more than 800 new cases have been confirmed across the country. That brings the number of people who have tested positive to more than 5,500. More than 60 people have died. That's more than the number of lives lost during the 2003 SARS outbreak. Once again, Quebec saw the biggest daily spike at 477 new cases and 4 more new deaths. Every province and territory except Nunavut has detected the virus. And as you can see, the numbers are going up right across the country. Quebec, Ontario, Alberta, and BC are the hardest hit. The Quebec government is restricting non-essential travel in and out of 8 regions of the province. But as Abigail Bimman reports, the federal government is also putting limits on domestic travel to curb the spread of COVID-19.
We need you to continue to stay home.
Justin Trudeau is encouraged by the early evidence out of BC that shows physical distancing may be working. But the Prime Minister says people need to keep doing it, and he's tightening up on travel.
As of Monday at noon, people showing any signs whatsoever of COVID-19 will be denied boarding on all domestic flights and intercity passenger trains.
It's inconvenient, but I think it's necessary to slow this thing down.
It makes me feel a great deal safer.
It's obviously a drastic measure, but it's a pretty difficult situation we're in.
It will be up to companies to provide health checks for all boarding passengers by asking questions and looking for symptoms. Anyone turned away can't try again for 14 days unless they provide a medical note showing the symptoms aren't connected to COVID-19.
Governments, companies, and so on can put whatever measures in place. They're never going to be foolproof. Someone can hide symptoms and so on, take a Tylenol if they do have a fever. So I think at the bottom line, it really is, the collective responsibility.
There's actually opportunists out there trying to gouge the people. I'm coming after them with vengeance.
Ontario's premier is talking about collective responsibility too, announcing tough fines and even jail time for price gougers. There's even a snitch line.
If you're selling face masks, protective gloves, cold medicine, hand sanitizer, and disinfecting wipes, and you're hiking the price 5 times, 10 times what it should be, you're done, you're gone.
That equipment is badly needed, especially personal protective gear for those on the front lines. On Saturday, the Chinese embassy tweeted this photo announcing a donation in gear. Canada sent supplies to China last month. The embassy tells Global News those supplies arrived in Toronto on Friday. On Thursday, the Prime Minister said millions of items of gear would be arriving in the coming days. Health officials couldn't say when, but stressed to the public it should be saved for frontline healthcare workers, not people who want to wear a mask while grocery shopping. Abigail Bimman, Global News, Ottawa.
The Prime Minister says his government is in contact with counterparts in Panama, working on a way to help Canadians stranded on board a cruise ship. More than 240 Canadians are passengers on board the Zandam, anchored off the coast of Panama. At least 150 passengers and crew have become infected with COVID-19. 4 people have died. A government source tells Global News none of the deceased are Canadian. An Ottawa area couple on board tells Global News they're holding out hope they'll be among the passengers transferred to another cruise ship. Otherwise, they may have to wait until there's another way home.
And they've started last night, and again this morning from 9 o'clock, they're moving about 60 guests per hour. And they're saying that this is the second group, and there will be a third and maybe final group later on this afternoon or maybe tomorrow. We're just hoping to have that letter slide under the door.
The couple says first priority to disembark was given to passengers in windowless cabins and those over the age of 70.